Well, good morning. After a few little technical issues, I finally got the right camera to do the right thing. So, good morning, everybody. My name is Sue Sanders, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Lake Ozark, Missouri, where today we have a very chilly 50 degrees. The sun is shining, though, so I'm really thankful for that. We had some wild storms come through last night through our area. So I welcome you all this morning. Today is April 18th, 2026, and I am live today. So this isn't a recorded video. Let me see if I can straighten this up so that it looks straight. Okay. So, oh my goodness, I don't know about you all, but I had one very hectic, very busy week. Last Sunday, my whole computer system was hacked. Somebody was in my system, of course, without my permission. And oh, that is so stressful for me because my computer is my lifeline to the outside world. Um, but irregardless, I took it to Columbia, which is about an hour and a half away from me, and it left it there for 3 days, which just killed me to be without my computer because I had lots of things to be working on. But it got fixed. I picked it up Wednesday, and then now is the job of going in and resetting all of my passwords. Then, on top of that, we decided to change internet providers on Tuesday, Monday, one of those days. So now I'm having to create a new email address, a personal email, because we're doing away with the company that had my email for 20 years. Anyway, then on top of that, we got new phones. Oh my gosh, I love my new Pixel phone. However, I haven't had time to sit and play with it and redo all of my icons and what have you. But anyway, that's been my week. And then I had two card classes yesterday, which were really fun. I really enjoy when I get my card club members together. I hope that all of you have been receiving in the mail your new Stamping Up catalog that will go live May 5th. This yellow dot is just meaning that it's my catalog. So that's what that yellow dot means. Um, it's really nice inside. I can't show it to you yet because it's not live. But I really like the layout of this catalog versus a catalog that we had a couple of years ago. The embellishments are together and the dies are together. Things are grouped more like I was used to for not wanting to change. Okay, take a deep breath and let's get started. This is a card sketch that you can um, make very basic, or you can give it wow factors to it. So today we're just going to kind of make a basic one, but in doing so, I can explain to you where you can add things to it to give it some pizzazz if you want. So let's get into today's card sketch. The measurements are listed down below. Please feel free to which I would love for you to like my video and share my videos with your friends. Um, and then make the sketch card and send it to me or post it out there on my Facebook page, Suzie Q Stamping, so that everybody can see how others utilize their papers and their embellishments and things like that. I will tell you that when I make my sketches, I use just a quarter of a sheet of the paper to make it the front, because then I put it into a little book um, like this. I got this at the Dollar Tree. It's one of their photo albums. And so I can slide them down into those pockets, and I have a handy reference then for my card sketches. And all of the directions are wrote on the back like this. So I have all the directions wrote down here, and then I put this in my book, and I put when I made it and when I videoed it, and what number it is. This is card number 13 for the year of 2026. Unfortunately, I had prior engagements last week, and I was not able to do a video. So, of course, your normal card base is going to be the 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I kind of numbered and lettered. I numbered my layers. So the first layer we have is layer 1A, and it measures 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Then we're going to put another layer on that, which is 1B, and that is 4 by 3. Then I have another layer or another layers, and the brown is the 2A and the yellow is 2B. I also use retired paper for my sketch designs, so that way I'm not messing up my good cardstock and my good paper. My third layer then is 3A, is 4 1/4 by 1 1/4, and 3B is 4 by 1. And then, of course, you're going to use whatever you want for your greeting. If you want to die cut something or fussy cut out a sentiment, you can do that. So let's go ahead and get this particular one put together. We're going to start by layering all of our pieces. And keep in mind that whatever layers you decide to use, they can be cardstock. I just filled my glue bottle. Why is it not working this morning? It's not working, so we're going to set that aside. We'll mess with that later, and hopefully I have enough stamp and seal that I can put these cards together today. Use your first layers, like this one here, the 1A. You get that could be cardstock or that could be designer series paper. I kind of like coordination of it, so I don't mix and match a whole lot of patterns, but you definitely can if that is your what you like to do. I just have a hard time with mixing patterns. I always have. I'm getting better at it, but it's still kind of difficult. And now here's my last one, or it's actually 2, but I'm sticking it down last. All right, so we have all of our mats now completed. Excuse me. We are going to begin by laying this out so that you kind of know what your layout is going to be. So I got to move my 1B because it's going to be covered, but we'll do that in a minute. And then this one gets laid on top. So we're going to put this as 1B. And then if I cover it up, it's not a big deal. Okay. So that's kind of what the card is going to look like. So let's begin by laying this one down. I'm going to lay it right there, leaving some space at the top. And this is where you could pop these layers up if you wanted to. I don't pop up my sketches when I go to store them because it would just take up too much space in my, sometimes these darker papers like to rip, and it's probably error on my using the stamp and seal. So now we're going to lay down our number 1 layer on top of number 2, and then we will lay down our long layer. So there we have, there is our sketch, and that's very easy to do. So let me show you, let's put together a card for us today. This I am using Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon. So we're going to just go ahead and start adhering our layers down together. This sketch particularly makes a nice masculine card. Excuse me. But it can also do a feminine card or a child's card. So it's not a sketch that it's just limited to one type of card. So on this one, I am using 2 different designs of the designer series paper. It is the, I can't remember the name of this designer paper. I don't remember. On this one, actually, what I did was I stamped, it was this paper here. I did this last week and now I couldn't remember what I did. I stamped one of the, let me see, what one was it? It might have been, I don't know, but it was one of those background stamps that you could stamp. And so that's what I did with that. I just kind of stamped over it to give it a different look. Oh, and wouldn't you know, I put the paper on the wrong side, or I put the adhesive on the wrong side. That is not what I wanted to do, but we're going to make it do because I wanted to use this side and I was talking. So I messed that up, but that's okay. We're going to lay this piece down here. It just isn't going to come together the way it was in my mind. That's all. Extra adhesive there. Okay. So I'm glad that I put that extra little design on there. I think I'm getting close to the end of my tape runner. So there I'm going to lay that one down. And now we'll lay this one down. Mistake that it was, right? But it's okay. We're going to put that kind of over the top there. And then we're going to put this one. So let me know in the comments what y'all have been working on this week. I guess I could have brought that down a little bit more. Let's do that. Let's just pick this up real quick and we'll move that down. I'm going to do the huff trick. Hi, how are you today? Where are you watching from today, Cheryl Lynn? I'm just picking up this because I set it up too high. So I'm going to bring it down a little bit. There we go. Okay. I'm just getting all sticky today. All right, now we're going to lay this one down. And like I said, it didn't go right the way I planned because I actually had it planned to do a different pattern up there. Now I do have a greeting that says to a great guy. So I'm just going to lay this one flat as well. The cost of postage, oh my gosh. Southeast Indiana. So how's your weather been there? Did you have many storms and tornadoes and things? So there is this card. You could add embellishments to this if you would like. I just don't have any here over by my desk, and I don't know who I'm going to send this to. So it kind of depends. Will probably try some gold ones or something just to kind of dress it up. But that's just a very basic, simple card. But I do have one that we're going to put together again using some new paper products that we have coming out May 5th. The paper that I'm using today is from the, get it out here, Bloom Boutique. And I love this paper. You can see I've been using it. We used it yesterday in my class. A lot of it has, yes, I do have to create the card. I have all kinds of cards, Sherilyn, but I can't get rid of them. I don't know. I forget to send them and then I hoard them and I don't really like doing that. But this is one design in this beautiful paper. So I don't think you can, yeah, you can see it on the camera. It's got some gold in it and some little tiny flowers. This is in the crisp cantaloupe. And then on the back of it is just a very small, tiny print that is in the hydrangea hue. Okay, this is another piece. This is what we're going to use today. And on the back of that, it's got some green. Then there's this, which has got gold. And on the back of it, it has the hydrangea yew. This is the crisp cantaloupe, and so it's just some little white flowers. And then this is the beautiful front piece of it that's got the gold flowers and leaves. I guess it's actually gold leaves on this one. So you've showed you this one. Did I show you this one? I don't remember. Anyway, we used this in my class yesterday. So that's why the paper's kind of chopped up and all of that stuff. Let's see, which one have I not shown you? Oh, I haven't shown you this one, which is green with little flowers on it. And then on this side, it's the beautiful blue that's got gold specks in the centers of the flowers. And then, yes, I showed you that. So anyway, this is a beautiful set of paper. I love it. So this morning, of course, I always do things on the fly. I decided that I was going to make another card to show you. And I have one more example at the end of the video. So again, we have our card base that is 8.5 by 5 1/4. Oops, you can see that. 8.5 by 5 1/4. And then we have, this is our inside white piece. Then we have our layer 1A and B that is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then our top layer is the 4 by 3. So that'll get attached. Then we have a piece that is, that's my greeting and my inside. Come on. We have 2A and 2B, and these measure 2 1/4 by 1 1/4, and then 2 by 1 inch. So that's our layer there. And as you can see, I'm mixing my patterns. Yay for me. And then our third one is 4 by 1. I'm sorry, 4 1/4 by 1 1/4, and then a 4-inch by 1 inch piece of the designer series paper. So let's put this card together real quick, and we'll do some stamping here in a minute. This is just going to be a hello card. Sometimes I just need to send somebody a card that says, did y'all see what I did there? Did y'all see that? I am not going to try to get that off of there. I'm just going to cut another piece real quick. Because I know as soon as I try to cut that or get that sticky off of there, it'll rip my paper. So we're just going to cut another piece of paper. I'm looking here for my scraps that I use. I guess this is the piece. Doesn't matter. It's all going to get used at one point or another. So this was the top piece. So this needs to be at 4 inches by 1 inch. So we'll do 1 inch this way. And then we'll cut it down to 4 inches. And you know what I just did? I just backwards it. Duh. That's not the paper I used. I used my little blue tiny design. I got it here. Don't. Let's see what I'm working here with. I'm marking scraps. All right, we're not going to worry about it. This is the back side that I wanted. So again, I needed the 1 inch. And I'll have lots of paper to use for other cards. It's too chilly outside for me today to go out and work, so I'm going to play in my studio. I think I just need to chill out after the week I've had. All right, now let's get back to putting this down. All right, this is the side I want to tape. I don't know why I've been doing that today, but I have. So we're going to lay this piece down here. Like so. And then we have this piece. So what's the weather like where you're at, Sherilyn? I'm glad you jumped on this morning. Okay. Put this piece down here. Let's make sure it's straight. Sometimes my eyes play tricks on me. Okay. All right. So we have our pieces now. We're going to fold our card and burnish it. Oops, I forgot this one, didn't I? It's almost a shame to use both sides of this paper. I'm going to have to buy more. Cloudy, cool, and spring flowers in bloom. Yes, we've had some flowers here. My husband transplanted some flowers yesterday for me because I just had not had an opportunity to. Somebody gave them to me the beginning of April, and I just hadn't had a chance to get them in the ground. All right, so let's put this one down. My hands just don't seem to be wanting to work today for some reason. So we're going to put that right about there. And then we'll lay our next layer down, which is our bigger layer. I just wished it wasn't so chilly and windy today because I get so chilled when it's windy like this. Let's see. Doesn't really matter which direction I go with the flowers because they kind of go all over. So we're going to lay this piece down here, kind of making sure that we have even margins on both sides. And now this one, this is where if you wanted to, and I'm going to do it on this one, I'm going to go ahead and pop it up with some dimensionals. I am at Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri, Sherilyn. So it's kind of in the central part of Missouri. So we are going to just use some dimensionals here. And I have some family that live up in Marion, Indiana. They were originally from Kokomo. So I made several trips to Indiana in my lifetime. All right, so we are going to put this down and then we'll get to doing our stamping. And like I said, these are the in colors for this year. So I have Barely Blush, which is the really light pink, and then the Hydrangea U, which is the blues. So there is, let's straighten that up. Sometimes I have to do it on the side so that I can actually make sure that it's going straight up and down. So there is this. So it's popped up, and I could have brought it down here lower, and I didn't, but that's okay. We'll fix it. All right, so let's stamp our hello, and I am using the Hydrangea U, and this is one of the new magnetic ink pads. And then what I like to do is I like to flip the bottom over so that it magnetizes to this. Oh, really? In Kokomo, you met your husband. That's cool. Well, I had an aunt and uncle that lived in Kokomo for years and years until they moved to Florida. They retired down in Florida. And then their children, one of them lives in Marion, Indiana. And the other one lived in Indianapolis. So I'm just going to stamp the hello on that pretty pink paper. And I'm just going to take my, this is from the Triple Punch. And we're going to, let's see, I think I'll just use the small one. We'll kind of center it. There we go. We're just going to punch that out. Okay. I'm not going to put anything, I'm not going to stamp anything on the inside because I don't know if I'm going to just write a note, which I probably will, but I am going to attach a piece of the designer paper down at the bottom just to make the inside of the card look pretty. And I've cut this a little bit longer. Well, I just left it as a scrap and then I can cut it off on the end where it doesn't need to be. Oh, I guess it does go to the end. I was thinking that I'd left it longer. So let's put some adhesive there. I think I had some blue ink on my hands. All right, so this will go on the inside. This is going to go here on the front of the card. So we're going to lay it down. I usually use glue, but for some reason today my glue isn't wanting to come out of my bottle. So I think I might have to get some more. So I could do it down here. What are your thoughts, Sherilyn? You think we ought to do it here towards this end now that it's laid down there? Or do it in the center? What do you think? Give me an opinion here. To the edge of my paper? I think that looks pretty good. Put it to the right side, okay. So we'll put it right there. And now we're going to get out some of the beautiful embellishments. This is the in color dots, and I am so thankful that Stampin' Up! Is starting to go with lower profile dots and things. I'm going to get my Take Your Pick tool here. And I think I'm going to use the light pink ones, and I'm going to put them down here on the bottom in a row. Oops. Oh, come on now, don't stick to that. We're just going to put 3 of them down here in the bottom in a row like that. So that kind of balances out. It's still kind of crooked up there. Can I get that fixed without tearing up the whole card? Maybe, maybe not. There we go. So there is another, it's a very simple sketch, but I think that you can, I mean, you could put ribbon on it. You could put another bunch of flowers on it. So many different ideas for this sketch. So that's that card that we put together. Let me show you another one that we use, or that I did using the Nature Walk, I think it is, the paper. And I did this kind of, and I used the military stamp set, and I die cut a dog tag out of some silver foil paper, and then I just kind of crinkled it up to make it look like it was worn. And then this will be a thank you card for a service member. I'm involved with Blue Star Mothers of America, and my husband's vet, and my son or my grandson's a vet. So I'm very military minded. So this is going to be a thank you card for a military person. So let me bring out all the cards for you this morning. And you can see, and then here's the original sketch that I did. So you could put your greeting up there at the top. I probably should have done that, but I had stamped on that and needed to cover it up. So I fixed that. So those are the cards for today. I thank you for coming in, Sherilyn, and watching this morning. If you are watching on the replay, please comment. I do see the comments, and it's always kind of exciting whenever new people come in and watch my videos. Remember to hit like if you like what you see, and share this with somebody else. You create a card using this sketch, please share it with me on my Facebook page, Suzie Q Stamping. Until next Saturday, you all have a wonderful week and stay safe. Bye.